Hello and welcome to Soda Review Channel, and today I would really like a Diet Coke. Is Diet Pepsi okay? Okay, well, I guess we'll be trying Diet Pepsi then. So, Diet Pepsi. It was released in 1963 under the name Patio Diet Cola in response to the RC Cola Company's Diet Right, which was released in 1954, which was the first zero-calorie cola beverage. Patio lasted 1 year on the market before it got so popular that they decided to rebrand it under their flagship name, Diet Pepsi. So, let's see what this is sweetened with. Initially, it was sweetened with saccharin, but health concerns throughout the next 2 decades made people realize maybe saccharin's not the best thing to put in our mouths. Not a good chemical at all. Today, this is sweetened with a mix of aspartame and Ace K. Fairly standard diet cola sweetener. 3% of your daily sodium in this bottle. But yeah, let's get into it. I, of course, am more a fan of the Coca-Cola Company's products, but Pepsi has some good stuff. Typically, Pepsi to me smells warmer, not in like a physical temperature, but like having warm flavors. Something similar to cinnamon or nutmeg. Let's take a look. Hmm. Hmm. Not as long lasting of foam as I typically see on a Coke product, but the bubbles tend to be much bigger on this. And I think that's interesting. Probably going to cause a different kind of mouthfeel. Anything else interesting to say about the formulation? And I may have mentioned it, 1963, when Patio Diet Cola first came out. That's the same year that the Coca-Cola Company's Tab was released. But, like I said, the next year, Diet Pepsi was the rebrand. Whereas for the Coca-Cola Company, they kind of tried to maintain two Diet Cola brands, Tab and Diet Coke. And they didn't even come out with Diet Coke for 19 years, 1982. It's really interesting that Pepsi was a lot more confident in Pepsi than the Coke Company was in their Diet Coke. Yeah, definitely getting a lot more of the warm, almost spicy flavors of Pepsi. Hmm. I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit less to it. Hmm. Hmm. Interestingly, when I have it in my mouth, it feels more like a full sugar soda. It has that slight stickiness. But then when I swallow it, it's all gone, like any other diet soda. And I've said before, modern soda drinks are entirely planned and synthetic. The food chemistry that goes into these products is very intentional at every step. It is all a decision made. So I wonder if that was something they intended for, or if perhaps it's something that the Coca-Cola Company's products don't intend for. Hmm. I'm enjoying this. If I would describe Diet Coke, my main daily driver soda, as familiar, I would describe this alternatively as somewhat more cozy. Like I said, it has warmer, almost slightly spicy flavors, more like pepper than a hot, spicy pepper. But I think that's pretty good. Don't get me wrong, I don't like it as much as I like Diet Coke, but I am enjoying it for what it is. It is different. Hmm. Something specific that I find interesting. The Coca Cola Company is the only company allowed to import the coca leaf into the United States. They then put it through a process of decoconization to remove certain illicit substances from the product, and then they use those decoconized coca leaves for their soda drinks. Then they sell the illicit products onto a pharmaceutical company who uses it to create certain pharmaceuticals, medicinal cocaine being one of them. But Pepsi, so far as I know, has no such permission. I don't even know if they initially used coca leaf in their beverages. So it makes sense that they are very different drinks. Hmm. That being said, any particular ingredient in either drink is probably fairly minor under the cavalcade of sugars and artificial sweeteners and all of the other flavoring agents, all of the other tinctures and oils that make up the specific flavoring that they're going for. Hmm. But when you're starting from a base that's so different, it makes sense that this is a vastly different experience. What I'm trying to say is diehard brand loyalty is silly because, I mean, these companies don't care about you. They can take what you like and change it on a whim. They can stop selling the thing you drink every day and you need to just figure something else out. And additionally, if you're so tied in with a certain brand, you may not see that there is something else on the shelf that's just as good as what you like, what you love, even. And you may miss out on an interesting experience. Overall, to Diet Pepsi, I give it a good.